So considering this different primary pest storage pests we have told now. So considering them, there are certain important ones. So some of the important the storage pest includes rice weevil, that is Cytophilus oryzae, and Cytophilus zeomes, by the way. So this pest actually damages a very big group, such as including wheat, rice, maize, jowar, paddy, and all. Okay, so this is a coleoptera pest, by the way, and the symptoms of damage, it includes the grains, the grubs and adults, they cause damage, and here the grubs, they hollows out the kernel, and they will feed on the internal portions, and they will reduce it to powder form. Okay, so they will start attacking from around the field itself, and adults always cut a circular hole. Okay, then considering the next pest, that is the lesser green borer, that is Rhizopatha dominica. So this pest, it is also called as hooded grain borer. So this pest, it affects paddy, then rice, wheat, maize, etc. So all these are affected by that storage pest. So here what happens is the adult, it will reduce the grain kernels into frass, the total frass. Okay, so the grubs eat away the grain and feed on the grain dust, and they are capable of attacking them externally. So this pest, this is a lesser grain borer. It's actually an internal feed, by the way. Okay, then comes the next pest, that is the Agumus grain moth, Cytotroga seriella. So this pest, it belongs to the Lepidopteran group, and this is also an important internal feeder. Okay. Then comes the next pest, that is the pulse beetle. This is Calosobruchus chinensis, which belongs to the Bruchidae family of Coleopteran order. Okay. So this pulse beetle, they eat up the grubs. Here the grubs will be the damaging ones. So the grubs, it will eat up the internal contents of the grain kernel and making a hollow cavity, and the adult, they come out making the exit holes. So the adult, it comes out making the holes, and actually in the initial stages, what will happen is the grubs will enter the grain kernel, and they will make a cavity out of it. Okay, and that's that case with pulse beetle. Then comes the red floor beetle, that is Tribolium castanum, Tribolium confusum. So this, it's also a coleopteran insect. So this, if you see this, the grubs, it feed on the milled products, and flower beetles, they are secondary pests of actually. So this Tribolium, when you see, this comes across the second one, that is the external feeder. So what will happen is they will be always damaging the external area of a separate green, if you consider. Okay, so this so what will happen is they will feed entirely, and the grubs, they feed majorly on milled products. So the floor beetles are the secondary pest of whole grains and primary pest of flour and other milled products. So if you're considering it to be a floored one, so after the grain is powdered and all, so this becomes a primary pest there. Okay, and when you are considering them as whole grains, it becomes a secondary pest, because here they are attacking the powdered form, or the not a proper sound grains actually. So they feed on this milled grains actually. So in grains, embryo or germ portion is preferred for eating away, and they will release gaseous quinines into the medium, and this may produce a readily identifiable acid odor in the heavy infestation. So this will gives that odor, characteristic odor, that you can find it as the damage caused by red floor beetle. Then rice moth. This one is important in the case as because this storage pest is widely used as a host for rearing. This, if you see this different case of this one, parasitoids and predators. So okay, so in case of parasitoid groups, they will be used as a different like a host for artificial rearing and all. Okay, this rice moth, it's actually also an external feeder. Corsera cephalonia, it is also a lepidopteran pest. Then comes the Capra beetle, Trogoderma granarium. So this pest, It's also important. This capra beetle, it is an external feeder belonging to the Dermistidae group of Coleoptera. So that is also there. Then comes the integrated management of stored pests. Okay, so this is the important section where we deal across how we can manage them properly. So for complete lectures, please visit our Telegram channel. We'll keep everything posted and we will update you on the topics. So we also have discussion sessions that will provide much better exam confidence for the people who are preparing for these exams and all. Okay. So integrated management of stored pests, it includes, they are classified mainly as into two types. That is, one is preventive and one is curative. So preventive and curative both are there. So preventive means before the pest even occurs, how we are able to manage them. Then comes the curative ones, where we can manage them after they are present within the group. So preventive measures, it includes the different things such as removing the debris from the godowns, cleaning them floor, making it free of insect infections, then cleaning machines, then keeping metal sheet at a height of 25 centimeter at the bottom of the wood and doors to prevent entry of rats. You can fix wire meshes around the windows, ventilators, gutters, drain to prevent entry of rats, birds, squirrels, etc. And plastering the cracks and crevices, holes which are found on the walls. Okay, so these things can be done as a preventive method for controlling them. Also, you can use Malathion 50 EC at 3 ml, 3 liter per 100 meters before, during, this can be used as a disinfection solution for controlling the insect attack. Okay. Then comes the curative measures. So curative measures, they are even again classified. So out of that, the first one includes the ecological method. So what we do is, here we manipulate the ecological factors such as temperature, moisture content, and oxygen through design and construction of storage structures, and we will make them unfavorable for the attack of insects. Also, temperatures above 42 degrees and below 15 degrees retards the reproduction and development of the insects, while prolonged temperature of about 45 degrees and below 10 degrees may kill the insects. Okay, so this can be used for controlling them. Then comes the drying the produce to reduce the moisture content below 10%, and this moisture content can be prevented. Means moisture, the excessive moisture, if it is present, automatically the insect attack will be more. Okay. Then killing the pest biostages harbored in the storage bags and bins, and you are drying them in sunlight. Okay, so that can prevent it from damaging again. Then storing the grains at 10% moisture content to escape the insect attack. Okay, so we'll dry them to reduce their moisture content. Then what you'll do is, you'll maintain them at below 10%, so that, because grains automatically, they will absorb more moisture. Okay, so we have to take efficient method of controlling them and preventing them from taking up more moisture. Okay. Then one of the major important thing that you can do is, you can manipulate the reduced oxygen level by 1% to increase carbon dioxide automatically. So when the carbon dioxide content will be more, automatically the insect will will move on to suffocation, because it's not getting proper oxygen content to be there. Okay, so that can be lethal to different stages of insects. Then the first one was the ecological. The second one includes the physical methods. So here you will be using physical agents for controlling them. So here you can use an infrared heaters and floor in the floor mills and fruit processing to obtain effective control. Then modified kind of storage atmosphere to generate low oxygen and develop high carbon dioxide by adding carbon dioxide. Okay, here you can use a method of increasing the carbon. You can flush in carbon dioxide into the storage structures and prevent the insect from developing. Okay, then in case of seeds purpose, you can use activated kaolin, lindane, malathion for every 100 kilogram seed and store them in gunny bags or polythene lined bags. For grain purpose, you can mix the activated kaolin at 100 kilogram for 1 kg activated kaolin for every 100 kilogram of grain. So actually, in case of for when we are using this as a grain purpose, we don't advise the use of chemicals in this case. So for preventing that, we'll be using activated kaolin to prevent them. And also, kaolin can be used with the combination with edible oils at 1 kilogram for every 100 kilogram grain, and mix 1 kilogram neem seed kernel extract for every 100 kilogram of seeds or pulses, and then store them. Okay, so we don't recommend the mixing of synthetic insecticide with grain meant for human consumption. Okay. Then the third one, it includes cultural methods. So the cultural methods include different techniques. So one of them include, in case of pulse beetle, you can prevent them from attacking by splitting the pulses into two halves and storing them. So if it is a whole grain only, they will affect them. If it is a splitted one, automatically the population will be checked. Then storing the food grains in airtight seal containers to prevent infestation of insect. Then the fourth one includes mechanical methods, such as you can remove these insects from by the method of seeding, removing the broken grains to eliminate the conditions that are favorable to the storage beds. Then you can stitch the torn bags of before filling the grains, because if there is any kind of a debris or something present there, automatically this will become a lure for attracting these insects, by the way. Then comes chemical methods. So here you can use, you can directly spray on the containers or even the storage structures. So what you can do is you can treat the walls, damaged materials and ceilings with malathion 50 EC 10 ml per liter or DDVP 76 WSC 7 ml per liter at 3 ml spray solution per 10 square meters. Okay, then also treating the alleyways and gangways or with malathion 50 EC. So this can be used for controlling. So here we don't advise to spray the insects directly on the food grains. So that should be the keep in mind, because in case of storage insects, you don't directly spray these chemicals directly into the grains, as they pose a threat in case of making a human. They can enter the human diet and they can cause ill effects also. So we don't advise that, by the way. Also, you can use knockdown in chemicals such as lindane smoke generators. So those are used on the structures or the rooms where these things are stored and all. Okay, so you can use them, and it can be used to kill the flying insects and all. Using seed protectors like pyrethrum dust, carbaryl dust, grains meant for seed purpose only. So if you are using that seed for the purpose of seeds, then you can go for protecting them with pyrethrum dust and carbaryl dust. Then decide the need for shed fumigation based on intensity of infestation. Then checking the black polythene bags and rubberized aluminum covers for holes, and get them ready for fumigation. So everything should be checked. So normally when we are doing fumigation, we have to make it airtight. Then we will go for fumigation, and we'll keep it for some time for the certain period, so that we can achieve maximum control. Also, usage of EDCT and EDB ampules can be used for controlling them. Okay, so hope this session, this is a quick revamp session of how we can control them, the basic things, which includes the preventive and curative measures. Then what are all the major pests that affects, a brief outline, and hope this will suffice the needs. So if there is more required, we can add on in our classes. We can put more. Please share them. Please share anything that requires in the comment section below, and we'll definitely keep you posted, and we'll make it clear. Okay. So thank you all for your patient listening.